Bang, bang. Welcome, DFS dads. We have a week filled right before the FedEx Cup playoffs. So this is going to be the week where you can let it loose, have some fun, take some chances. A lot of players that in this weaker field are struggling to make the top 125 to keep their tour card. So they will be playing their ass off, which is good for us. But they're on the fringe of being a tour player for a reason. So I don't think they're going to flip a switch and all of a sudden become a great player. We are at Webb Simpson's course here. Price let us know before the call that he named his daughter after this tournament. Is that correct?
Yes, his daughter's name is Wyndham after this tournament.
Very interesting. And his course history, what is it the last few years?
Tied second, third. He had a 72nd 5 years ago, and then he had a 6th and a 5th and an 11th as well.
And then I think he won in 2011. So he's only won it once, but amazing course history. It is a very easy course. It's alternating between minus 21 or minus 22 each of the last 4 years. So if you do not have 6 through, you are going to get lapped because there's going to be a lot of points scored. Even though it's par 70 at 7,100 yards, as you can tell, it's a shorter course. There are a lot of eagles out there. Easy course, Bermuda Greens, East Lake, TPC, Southwind, Detroit Golf Club are some of the comparable courses. Now let's get into the plays we like for the different ranges. We got Dustin, we have Price. The week before the FedEx playoffs start, let's get into it. All right, Price, you want to start us off top?
Up top, Louis my play. I'm going to fade Webb, even though he's just like a god at this course. I'd rather pivot, take the half-owned Louis, who's had a phenomenal year. You know, Louis due for another second place finish.
He's playing every week, it feels like.
I know.
Playing good.
He wants that
playing great.
He wants that $10 million to win the FedEx Cup, so he can show off his UPS logo. But Louis is my favorite. I think second. The model says Decky, but I think Zalatoris should probably be my second play here. He's was doing really good until he hurt his back at the Open. He played really well last week. You know, it's kind of set up more like a Corn Ferry Tour event than a regular PGA Tour event, and that's something he really excelled at. He's been elite ball striker. Looks like he found something with the putter. I believe he actually changed putters last week. So those would be the two guys up top I'd look at.
Go ahead, Dustin.
I mean, yeah, those are the two that obviously jump off. Louis, I just think's in a little better form. Webb played fine down the stretch. He came on the weekend. So, but I think Matt's is going to be overlooked this week just because he's in that 11K range. But I mean, he had back-to-back great days here last week, and he's just been gaining so many damn strokes and approach. And if he can turn that putter on a little bit, then you know he could run away. So I like Hideki as my off play, maybe not in a cash format, and then Louis or Webb. I'll kind of have to figure out which one I want to take.
Yeah, I'm with both of y'all. I love Matt's as a single entry type of play. It's going to be different. Zalatoris can go low. Matt's also he has a third place here in 2016. He's got 11th in 2018. So he doesn't not like this course, and he's going to be, I feel like, looked over. I think a lot of people are going to look over and go down to Webb Simpson and Zalatoris, who has played here once, missed the cut, but he can go low. And I agree with Price with the Corn Ferry Web.com type of atmosphere. So that's who I like up top. What about Sunjay M down there at 9,600 in the 9K range? His tournament history is pretty good. 2 top 10s the last 2 years. The only 2 times he's played.
Yeah, he just hasn't played very well the last couple of weeks. I mean, really, if you go back, he's had 1 good event in the last 7 events. And so at 9,600, even though he has good course history, I just don't really see myself getting to him. He'll be one of the probably top 12 highest owned golfers. And I just don't. I'd rather lose money by fading him than burn money by him not playing well and doing what he's been doing the last 2 months.
That's a good point. Who do you like in this 8,500 and up range?
My favorite would probably be Henley. I think so. 8,500 and up, it'd be Woodland and Henley, and I think Seamus Power, Webb Simpson are going to be two of the most popular for cash. It's going to be hard to not plug them in because I think they'll both touch 40% in cash, particularly Webb. But Seamus has been on a fucking tear.
Yeah, I sent y'all my my early cash build and he was in there. So yeah, he's just been really, really good, kind of quietly too. Ranks great in the model too, so a lot of going for him.
I think Woodland's a really sneaky play. He's had a really good last couple of weeks. I don't know if he has any history here. I know he hasn't in the last 5 years. But, I mean, he's just a guy who I would rather gamble on Gary Woodland than on Sung J M this week. Because one, it's 900 less in salary. And, if Gary gets hot, I think he has a better chance of winning than Sung J personally.
Yeah, one player I want to like, but he lost 16 strokes last week is Siwoo Kim. He has a first, a third, and a fifth here. This is the type of course I feel like he could absolutely tear up and go low. But he lost 16 strokes. And
to be fair, it was like he got it. Yeah, he got 10 over on a hole, I think.
Yeah, he hit like 4 straight water balls on a par 3.
I don't know if you saw the picture of Kevin Na and him flying to this event. And they're like, Kevin, I was like, I hold the record for the highest score on a par 4, and Siwoo holds the highest record for a score on a par 3. They're like, all we're missing is John Daly, who holds the record for a par 5.
Paul Casey, the Masters, was trying to get there. He only got to 8 on that par 3.
Dude, he shot a 13.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
It was impressive, and it was a bunch of water balls. So
I'll tell you what else is impressive. His highest finish is 58th at the Rocket Mortgage. The Rocket Mortgage over the last few tournaments. He's not playing that great. I guess he got a 40th at the US Open, but I want to trust Siwoo, but losing 5 strokes, losing 1 stroke, and then 16 strokes, obviously it's not good. But his tournament history is phenomenal, and this is a tournament that I think he can, especially with the field, he can hang up there.
Also the kind of player who
them.
could just pop off.
Yes.
Because he's not known for being consistent.
No, okay, so the Memorial he got 9th place, and the tournaments around there he got 40th, miscut, 55th, 33rd. So, and then he gets a 9th. So I agree. I agree with you there.
He's a very random player, and people like that are great for GPPs. I don't know if I'll personally get there this week, even with the course history being phenomenal.
He's a good price too at 9,100.
Yeah, I would rather pay up 300 for Henley or pay down 400 for Woodland.
All right. What about throw another one out there is Bubba Watson right at 9K, no course history, but an elite golfer.
No, he doesn't check the boxes for me this week.
What's the one of the boxes that you're looking for your golfers to check?
Par 4s between 400 and 450. He's 115th in that.
That's a problem. Dustin, is there anybody else in this like 85 to right under 10K range that you want to highlight before we move on?
No, honestly, I'm probably gonna fade most of this range personally, but I do like Mr. Power there at the 8,500. He'll be heavily owned and for good reason. So.
Okay. Let's move on down. Price. Start us off. Let's just do the 8,400 and all the way down. I know that's a huge range, but there's a lot of golfers that I don't even.
I'm going to skip on Dustin's favorite guy, and I'm going to hop into Ches Reavie at 7,400.
He's in my
checks
build,
a lot of boxes. Lebioda is another guy. I think Lebioda is going to be very popular because he was playing fantastic. Mm-hmm. I believe he snuck in to make the cut and then had to withdraw because his dad was really sick.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's 7th in the model. He's number one in the par 4 scoring of 400 to 450, which I believe all but like 3 or 4 of them are in that range.
Are you talking about Leviota? Okay.
Yeah.
Lefty.
Did you touch on Ches?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
he's
glad
6
you
on
pay
that
attention
one.
to me.
I thought you said Ches, and then you switched it up to Hank. Ches is also, because the other golfer I looked at, proximity. And one metric that I'm looking at, I was wanting to see if you had the same one, was proximity 150 to 175.
He's
and
first
he is
in it.
Yes, he's first. Also, opportunities gained. He's top 10.
He's been
I
playing well.
love Ches. Yeah.
I really like Gooch, but he's mediocre on the par 4s and in the proximity from the 2 distances. But man, that dude, like, he's just a guy who at Birdie Fest can pop off. And he's one of those guys who he's due to pop off and, get a top 10 again. And eventually he's going to win on tour. It's just a matter of the right place. And I feel like in a field like this where, yeah, you have like 4 or 5 like elite golfers tops, is a spot where he could potentially break through and win. But then I think the chalk down here is going to be Ryan Armour.
Oh, yes.
I mean, he's in I don't know how you don't play him in cash. He does nothing but top 25 here.
Mm-hmm.
Third in the model. Very consistent. And he's the guy who pops at the courses he tends to do well at. And that's what he does. He comes in, grinds out, makes his 7 figures a year at the same courses.
Yeah. He has a 4th at 8th and then 2 top, like 22nd and 25th the last 2 years. He also, the last 2 tournaments he's played, he's got a 5th and then a 6th at the 3M Open, gaining 8 and 10 strokes on the field on his last 2 outings. So he's a screaming buy, like Price said, especially in cast, but even tournament play. But he is going to be. I need to look at ownership. It's going to be interesting. It's still a little early, but he's. Can you play him? You think in a GPP?
Uh-huh.
No issues there.
I think the idea of like you can't play someone who's 20% down in a GPP is just stupid. Because obviously it doesn't matter how high he is. If he's 7K and he top 5s, you don't have him. It's going to be pretty hard to overcome that.
Yeah, and with the 7K guy, you can differentiate yourself in so many different ways, as opposed to if you're trying to get like a DJ at 12K, and then it makes it a lot harder to.
All right, Dustin,
yourself.
We left him for you. It's teed up.
Yanni Vegas, baby. I mean, how do you not play him? He's still cheap. He's just been on fire, right? And it's kind of that group of guys right there who I'm probably going to throw in my cash cores: Leviota, Vegas, a Ches and an Armour, and then you can go up and get, Louis or Webb Simpson, and then another high caliber guy. So, I mean, I really think I'm going to cram Vegas and Leviota in pretty much any cash lineup I have. I just feel like they're playing really good golf. They check all the boxes for what we're looking at. I know Vegas has missed the cut, the 2. I think he's played here 2 of the last 3 years, but that I throw that all out the door with how he's playing recently. I mean, we've seen it. So, yeah, those are my favorite from those range. Obviously, you get down there, you got a guy like Chris Kirk at 7,200, who I like a lot throughout the year. Pops off a little bit, top 30 in our model. Zach Johnson. There's a lot of guys, in this range that you're gonna have to pick from to see, who's gonna do well and who can get up there and finish in the top. So, Damon right there again, Damon, however you say his name. I always say it wrong. Another guy that can go low at Birdie Fest. So
I'll throw in 2 more. We can call it a day. Is a couple bad putters. Absolutely. 12th in the model, 4th in approach, great ball striker, 3rd in ball striking, off the tee, 7th. Great at opportunities gained, which you need at a Birdie Fest. His problem is he's 146th in putting. So it just depends on with Kyle Stanley. He can get hot though. And then right below him, Aaron Wise, another really bad putter at 114th. he doesn't pop off on the model as much, but he's playing good golf, and I just have a soft spot for Aaron Wise. So he's top 20 though, like around 20 to 30 in all the metrics that I like. He doesn't pop off as much as Kyle Stanley, but both of those players at 7K flat, I think are good options. Ryan Armour is head and shoulders above both of those players though, for all the reasons we stated above. All right, let's get out of here. Go to check us out at dfsdads.com for our deep dive, all of our plays for this week. And let's go make some money. Let's have some fun, and we'll talk to y'all soon.